On Sunday, at a mere 50 years of age, Phil Mickelson won his 6th major, the US PGA Championship, and in doing so, he became the oldest major winner of all time.
Yeah. It takes me about 5 holes to warm up on a Saturday, and I'm 47. So there was this perceived wisdom out there that an athlete's power fades, it drains away as they get older. Not that I am an athlete, but this win, Phil Mickelson's towering performance on Sunday, has given us all reason to hope. He has freed us all from the shackles of old age.
Yeah, some of us. So, what are the secrets of staying in your prime? Is it a disciplined diet, a steely mentality, freak genetics? To discuss it, we're joined by Dr. Michael Lardon. He's a sports psychiatrist who has worked with Phil Mickelson in the past and who helped win the British Open in 2013. Thank you very much for joining us, Doctor. So, Phil Mickelson storms the field, 50 years of age. I'm a little over 50, Christian's a little under 50, and we're both looking at him thinking, how did he do it?
Well, I mean, Phil is amazing. He actually hits the ball further now than he did maybe even 20 years ago. But we sort of think of it like the Tom Brady. He's a famous American quarterback that, you know, as we live longer, we get smarter. And Phil watches diet. He does a lot of mindfulness. His training is excellent. And he has an uncanny ability to really be childlike and passionate with what he does. So he's raised the bar as he goes, and he doesn't really see a bar in that it's not, I'm 50, I have to play on the senior tour. He's 51, and he'll be 51 shortly, and he can win a major with all the young guys. So it really is phenomenal, and it's inspiring, I think, to all of us.
So I mean, obviously, Phil Mickelson is an exception and an exceptional athlete. But is there a sense, Doctor, when you talk about diet and mindfulness, is there a sense that we're making strides in our physical bodies so that actually we're going to see more older athletes winning championships?
Well, we are. But let me say, the mind and the body, they're intertwined. So those things really go together. And when you learn to meditate, be mindful, you experience less stress, less anxiety, and that lives to better longevity, better, overall physical condition. So, we say the 50 is the new 40, right? So with Phil, he's really demonstrating that that's possible. And it's more than the magic that he has, but obviously that is an important piece of it. But there are a lot of great players that, come their late 40s, they sort of peter out. So here's something, really a shining light, I think, for many of us and many great athletes as they age.
He was asked, Doctor, in a recent interview whether it gets easier as he gets older, and he says, yeah, of course it gets easier because you care less, which I imagine when you've been as successful as him and earned as much money as he has earned, it does get easier. But I wonder, watching his interview last night, whether there's been a psychological breakthrough for him, that he can still win a major at that age. Is that a significant breakthrough?
Well, I mean, 2 things. When he says he cares less, I think you have to really be careful as to what he cares less about. He cares less about where he is on the rating list and how people perceive him. I mean, he's an iconic player. He's made lots of money, but he cares a great deal, even more so now than before, about each and every day how he takes care of himself. So he's sort of caring about different things that do allow him to perform better. What was part 2 of your question? I'm sorry.
No, I wondered if there was a psychological breakthrough as well, because, I mean, he goes to the US Open in a month's time. He's won at that course in California a couple of times. I think he's been second 6 times in the US Open. So there's a bit of a hoodoo there. But I wonder if what happened last night convinces him that he can actually go out there and win another major at this age.
Well, I mean, Phil is the type of individual that, he has not played that well of late. And most athletes would think, oh, boy, I'm, on the way out. But he never thinks in that way, and in part because he's never on the way out. He always sees himself getting better. And so coming into the U.S. Open, that's a different beast for him a little bit because he hasn't won it, as you said, second place 6 times. I think the most important thing for him to do is really do what he's doing now and stay focused on the day-to-day, let's not make the U.S. Open bigger than it is, although it will give him the Grand Slam, and he can do it.
Dr. Lardon, thank you very much for joining us. It was a fantastic win. So 50 is the new 40, which means that 56 is the new 46, which means I'm a year younger than you are.
That's called creative mathematics.